been pretty fortunate around here. Every morning we seem to have just a little more in the way of cloud cover, which makes for a beautiful sunrise. Cirrus clouds are among my favorite because they let some of that light through, so you get all the different colors, the pinks and the purples. And thank you to Deanna Irwin, who is out in Jack County, that just shot that one. You can see every one of our shots has a degree of these cirrus clouds coming through, pretty thick cirrostratus clouds, meaning that these are kind of layered. You see more layers to them. Sometimes they're cirrocumulus and they're a little puffy. Other times they're just plain old cirrus clouds and they're just wispy, or they can be stratus clouds, which are layered. In this case, we got a whole layer of them, but either way, it's a pleasant morning outside. If you like it cold and calm, generally light winds. The winds will switch to the west today, but right now they're lightest at the coldest part of the day. And as you currently look at what's going on the radar and the satellite, what we're showing out there this morning, generally just temperatures in the 30s. We've got 37 in Dallas and Waxahachie, 32 up in Paris. You see this plume of clouds. Airport says they're at about 25,000 feet. So that is ice crystal clouds. And you can see this jet stream very clearly blowing across in the water vapor image. It doesn't mean it's cloudy, this whole place. It just means that there's extra moisture. You'll see the jet streaks across the sky today, and you'll see some of these clouds. But it should be partly sunny on balance, which will allow temperatures to get into the 60s again. Low 60s here pretty much everywhere across the state. 60 or better, 60s in Louisiana, 60s in Mississippi, 60 in Oklahoma. We'll take it. Actually, there are no big storms across the nation. A little bit of wet and cool weather across Florida, of all places, just light rain. The retreating cold with a little snow in Ohio and Pennsylvania, but basically that's the warmer air pushing the Arctic air out of the nation. And you're like, hold on, Evan, isn't everybody talking about the Arctic air? Isn't the big story there? Yeah, the big story will be the Arctic air, but not now. It's unseasonably mild all the way into southern Canada. And the nice part is, with a little storm system, which will head our direction tomorrow with more clouds and wind, it also means less in the way of Santa Ana winds for Southern California, which is nice. So the pattern ahead, we've been talking about it all week. Nothing's really changed, at least in the short term. Things get a little different in the long term because high above the ground, the winds are going to be coming off of the North Pole. We know it's going to be cold going into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. However, as we look at computer models, because that's what you see a lot on the internet, computer models are just that, models. And they start with one set of data, but the data changes over time because computers use equations, and equations are not perfect. They can't model the atmosphere perfectly. So as you get farther and farther away, things begin to change. I want you to notice the coldest air comes down into Tuesday, but then after Tuesday, the coldest air starts to retreat again. So this isn't going to be record-breaking, earth-shattering, life-altering cold. It's just going to get cold again for a few days and then begin to warm up, at least through Texas. That's what we focus on here. Our forecast today, we have some high clouds. They'll be with us through the day, maybe thinning out this afternoon as we hit the low 60s with a west wind. Now, that system off the Pacific coast comes in tomorrow. It weakens, but it's got a lot of wind with it. It's going to be a windy, kind of cloudy morning. Maybe we get a passing shower, 10%, that's it, because the air is pretty dry at the ground. However, by the afternoon, a little sun might go a long way, pushing a few out west to 70 degrees. Okay, then the cold front comes through. Saturday morning, the winds pick up. Is it a really horrible cold front? Saturday morning, we're still above freezing. For the next couple of nights, you don't have to drip faucets or do anything. And even Saturday, with a strong northerly wind, we're still in the 40s. The coldest air comes in Saturday night, and it may actually come with a few flakes that fly Saturday night, early Sunday morning, but that's not a concern. The concern is that it does get colder after that. Only 38 degrees on Sunday. And with the winds, it's going to put the wind chills in the 20s. The coldest 3 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Monday may end up being the coldest now with the clouds coming in. There's a low chance we see some light snow or flurries. That's my choice, either light snow or flurries, and it could be nothing. It's not going to be a big storm. The one thing about the big storm, it's not going to be that, and we know that for sure at this point. Tuesday is 36, and then we'll slowly work our way back by the middle of next week.